Now, what if I were to tell you that right now in the U.S. Congress, there's a growing danger, there's a growing threat of anti-Semitism? Would that bother you in any way? Would you be distraught and troubled by that? You see, as a follower of Jesus Christ, I am. And if you are a follower of Jesus Christ, you should be disturbed and troubled as well, particularly when you think of what this great nation of ours was founded on: biblical principles, a Judeo-Christian ethic, an understanding, having a biblical knowledge, having an understanding of history of God's chosen people. And we know that curse and that blessing in Genesis 15, that if you stand with Israel, God will stand with you. But if you turn your back, if you curse them, God will curse you. Well, right now, my friends, there are two particular women that I want to mention. For the very first time in this past election, we elected to the U.S. Congress two Muslim women. The first is ILahn Omar. She's a Somalian, an American. She was a refugee from Somalia years ago. She came and she lives in Minnesota, and she's now representing the 5th Congressional District. Her colleague, Rashida Tlaib of Michigan. Now, both of these women are devout Muslims who believe strongly in the Sharia law, that the Sharia law supersedes that of the Constitution. And they both support what's known as the BDS movement. That stands for Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions on Israel. Now, recently, Omar, the reason this is all being on the news, is she's exposed her fundamental beliefs, even though she's now retracting it because her party told her to do so. But I'm not buying it, neither should you. She said that the reason Republicans have always supported Israel is because it's fueled by money. So when you think about that, she's not saying it's not because of biblical reasons, not because of the strong Christian ties that we have in America and how we support Israel. It's just because of money. So she since then has retracted. But let me give you a little insight into the BDS movement. This is a pro-Palestinian movement that seeks to restrict and punish Israel globally. These women, who are devout Muslims, who are representing now their districts to Congress, they want the U.S. to support the BDS. This is also significant because this undermines not only the current relationship that we have with Israel, that's what the BDS would do, but it also would restrict First Amendment rights within the movement. That is alarming. And the reason why we need to be aware of this is because it's happening, my friends, and we know when you start seeing the rise of anti-Semitism against God's people, his people, us, we need to stand up and put an end to that. We cannot tolerate this kind of thing. This is not what Americans stand for. Currently, right now, the majority of people in America are saying, we don't hold to these views, but guess what? They've been elected. They're now legislators. They want to legislate this kind of laws because fundamentally, these women oppose Israel existing as a Jewish state. These are representatives. So currently, we may disagree and hold to our relationship with Israel, but time will tell whether these women will have a bigger influence and a bigger voice and start turning the minds and the hearts of Americans away from Israel. Because right now, Representative Omar, she has gained a seat as a freshman, mind you, on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. She is going to be disseminating her anti-Semitic views. I'm telling you, she will if she continues to have this seat on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. She has said in recent tweets in the past that Israel is hypnotizing the world. She cries out to Allah on Twitter saying, God, have mercy on us for the evil of Israel. She has referred to Israel as a dictatorship like that of Iran and not a true democracy. She may come out and say, oh, I'm so grateful for my Jewish allies and my colleagues for educating me on anti-Semitism. That is false. She knows what she's saying, and she's saying it strategically because fundamentally, she is called to hate the Jews as a devout Muslim who holds to Sharia law. So, my friends, stay informed. Let's continue to pray for our elected officials, but let's not tolerate anti-Semitism. So, let's continue to support the work that these representatives are doing to put an end to people like Representative Omar, who's trying to disseminate this type of hatred to the Jews.